Okay, so maximum and minimum values. So you know you can have a parabola like this, and it has a minimum value. It's at the vertex. Okay, so, and you can have a parabola like this, and it has a maximum value. And again, it's at the vertex. So maximums and minimum values are all about the vertex. But here's the thing that students sometimes have trouble with. The maximum value and the min value, I'll just write it under here. I'll put value. Those are outputs, not the input, okay? The input's where it occurs, but the actual maximum value that you get out, that's the output, okay? So we're going to do an example. A backyard farmer wants to enclose a rectangular space for a new garden within her fenced backyard. She has purchased 80 feet of wire fencing to enclose 3 sides, and she will use a section of the backyard fence as the 4th side. Okay, so here's the backyard fence, and she's going to build a rectangle with her fencing, her 80 feet of fencing, for her garden, okay? So it says, let's see, find a formula for the area enclosed by the fence if the sides of the fencing perpendicular to the existing fence have length L. So that means this is L because this line is perpendicular to the fence, okay? So this was the fence we had to start with. Okay. And then this side is also going to be L. And so we're going to need this side here. This what I have drawn is the long side. But that's got to be, she only has 80 feet, right? So what's left of the fencing? 80 minus 2L, right? So if you think about that, you've got 3 sides, 2 of them are L, you only have a total of 80 feet. So that's going to be what I would call the width of the rectangle. Now, how do you find the area of a rectangle? Well, it's length times width. I'll just use capital letters. But this is like my width. See, now I would have made it W. But anyway, that's okay. So the area, the formula for the area is going to be length times 80 minus 2L. So I'm going to multiply that out and get 80L minus 2L squared. Okay? That then is my formula right there. Now we can put it in the general form. So let me go down here and write it again. And I'm going to write it negative 2L squared plus 80L. That is going to be the formula for the area. Okay? And by the way, it doesn't look like a function. I should have written it this way. So the length is what we're putting in, or the L is what we're putting in. And then we're trying to maximize the area. So because we're trying to maximize the area, oh wait, I think that's part B. What dimensions should she make her garden to maximize the enclosed area? Okay, so back to our formula. I'm going to have to rewrite it. You already have it written down, but I have to scroll up. Okay, so we want to maximize that. That means we need to know where the vertex is. Okay, so how do I find the vertex? Well, remember, it's if I have it in general form, which that's what this is in, it's not in the standard form, then I can find the vertex by negative b over 2a, and then f of negative b, negative b over 2a. Okay, so I don't have a c. Okay, there's no c here. This is my a, this is like my x, this is like bx, but there's no c. C is 0, which doesn't really matter when we need c anyway for this problem. But anyway, just in case you were wondering where that c is, it's c is equal to 0. Okay, so for me, for my vertex formula, the opposite of b over 2a, that's going to be negative 80 over 2 times negative 2, which is going to be negative 80 over negative 4, which is going to be 20. Okay, so that tells me that my L is 20. Okay, now I want to find A of 20. That's going to be my input. So what do I get? Well, 20 squared is 400. Let's see, that's going to be 1600, right? Oh, you know what? They don't even want to know the area. You don't have to do this part. It just says what dimensions should she make the garden, but I'll just tell you. I started it. Okay, so the area for her garden is going to be 800 square feet. But they didn't ask that. Shoot. Okay, what they wanted to know was the dimensions. So if you go back to the picture, which I'm not going to scroll up, I'm going to just draw it again. But we had like this shape. And we said the L was 20. That's the input. Okay, so this was like 20 and 20 over here. So now I need 80 minus 2L, which is going to be 80 minus 2 times 20, which is going to be 80 minus 40, which would be 40. So her dimensions for her rectangle, it's 20 feet by 40 feet. So that would be like the length and the width of the rectangle. That's what they wanted to know. They didn't want to know the area, but I told you the area. Okay,